And we are live. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the first brap of 2020. Actually, the first official Wednesday night Basement Radio Arcade podcast for 2020. I did do a brap rant. I think it was this past Saturday. Was it this past Saturday? Shit, I don't remember. Anyhow, got a lot to talk about. We had CES this week, the Consumer Electronics Show 2020. PlayStation, Sony was there and had some PlayStation-related news. And what's up, Chief Tomei, FC Violent, Buck Rogers? Now, guys, I don't know where my panel members are. So I think Big Cloud, I can't even fucking talk today. Big Cloud Gaming is supposed to be joining us this fine evening, and hopefully he could still make it. But B Money, Gaming Forte, Slow Mo Backslapping Eric Jackson. I don't know, guys. They're MIA. They should probably be here soon, I think, ish. But anyhow, regardless, you guys are stuck with me for right now. But like I said, lots to talk about. A lot of gaming-related news. 2020 is going to be a pretty big year for the gaming industry. I mean, I think that what a way to end this console generation when you think about the kind of games that we're going to be getting really starting towards the end of Q1 of this year. March is, I think, when things really start kicking off for the gaming industry, but it's going to be hell of exciting. I can't wait. But CES came. It's still going on, but CES kicked off this week. If you guys saw the 8K TV goodness that's out there, I got to be honest with you guys. I'm not ready to upgrade to 8K just yet. I'm not even sure, what's funny about this whole resolution thing with TVs? I mean, look, I do have a 4K TV. I bought one. Oh, geez, it's probably going on. I've had it for a little bit over a year now. Bought it holiday 2018 is when I bought my TV. Was it holiday? Yeah, it was holiday 2018 when I bought the. I didn't go out and get like an OLED or anything like that. I think. Look, I bought a few years ago a Panasonic ST50 55-inch plasma. At the time, it was like one of the highest rated TVs by CNET, and that bad boy's still kicking. Plasmas are just I mean, it's just great black levels, great viewing angles. OLEDs really remind me. Hold on a sec here. Forte's trying to get into the show. Give me a sec here, Forte. You should have got an invite, Forte. You should be able to get in, I think. But hold on just a sec. Forte, you should be able to get in, I think. Okay, guys. Hold on just a sec here. Give me just a sec. Give me a sec here, guys. Trying to get the rest of the guys in. All right, guys. Give me just a sec here. Try and get the rest of the guys here in the show. All right, give me a sec. I'm trying to send some invites out, and I can't find anyone right now. Give me a sec here, guys. We got B Money in the house. What's up, B Money? I don't know if you can hear me. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get these invitations out. All right. Irrelevant A says, yes, Irrelevant, we are live, man. B, can you hear me? B, are you in the podcast now?
Oh.
B, what's going on, man?
Happening?
Not much, dude. It's good. Dude, Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year to you, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the rest of the guys in here. Give me a sec here. I had this locked and I just unlocked it.
Jesus.
What's going on?
What's up, Forte? Happy New Year, sir.
Jesus, man. I love you. You know that, right?
You know what, man? I forgot to give you guys permissions, man. That's my fault, man.
I was like clicking on it. I was like, this ain't working.
Yeah. You're like, what is going on? Why does he not?
He's up there telling us, I don't know where my pedal is, as we're frantically hitting the button trying to get in.
Oh my goodness, man. That's too funny, man. I think Slow-Mo should be able to get in now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man.
All right, Slow-Mo's in. Eric Jackson should be able to get in now, too, I think. I don't even know if he's online yet.
I don't see him online yet.
Yeah, I don't see him on Discord yet.
Yeah, I don't either. So, gentlemen, Happy New Year. What is going on?
Pretty good. Chilling, man.
I know, man. Just been playing games.
Dude, how about imagine that, Forte. Playing games.
Playing games and not talking about them.
That's
for
an
the last 4 days.
That's an interesting concept, man.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of The Witcher. I finally picked up.
Are you playing it on the Switch?
No, man, I'm not playing on the Switch, man. Come on.
What's wrong with the Switch, man? Switch has a lot of great games.
No, it does, but I'm not playing. I'm not going to play The Witcher on.
Are you playing it in glorious 120 frames per second?
Yes, sir. You come on, man. You know this, man. Come on, dude. I am playing this on PC Master Race. Speaking of PC Master Race, Forte, I just want to say, Slow-Mo and I missed you the other night, man.
What you mean? What happened the other day?
Are you serious?
We were on Destiny, dude.
Oh man, look, me and Slow. I told Slow-Mo, said, dude, I'm gonna be ready to play Destiny in like 5 minutes.
You did not say 5 minutes.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said.
You
5
just
minutes.
said.
Well, let me tell you what happened. Let me go tell you what
this.
happened. I wanted to go take a shower. And as I was taking a shower, my wife walked in. It was like, where are you going? And I was like, And then by the time that was all said and done, it was, So I'm sorry.
And so you just decided to not.
I didn't even have
the party invites all night, even though I was looking on Destiny and it said you was on Destiny, but
I was dude, because I went to go I went to go take a shower and I was still in Destiny when it happened. I was like, because when we were in that show, I was playing Destiny the whole time. So I just got up to go walk away and take a shower, and I never made it back to my PC.
And just never responded.
And I never. All. Well, no, I didn't.
In DMs. And the next day and the day after, which is today. So just nothing. Okay.
Well, I knew I was gonna run into you. You were gonna yell at me anyway. So why not just get yelled at once?
You should have just, got it out of the way, and we would.
No, because you would have brung this because Enrique would have.
Of course, I was going to bring it up anyway. You was going to bring it up again. It wouldn't have been this bad.
If you I'd rather let it be bad once than bad twice. Sorry.
All I know is I was disappointed. I hopped on Destiny. I saw Slow-Mo there. Hopped into his fire team. Slow-Mo was like, yeah, Forte's going to hop on. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm going to get to play some Destiny with Forte, who I've never played Destiny with. And then nothing. It was like crickets. But that's all right, though. Slow-Mo, we had a good time, man.
Man. We was busting heads.
Yes.
Pause.
Pause.
We were destroying people in the Crucible. It was fun, man.
I think except for one game. Well, there's only one game where we actually.
No, we don't talk about bad games. Man.
Well, you got to talk about the bad games.
No. You got to get that out your head. Like it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Like that bad game. That was like just a dark space in our memory.
Admiration in your memory.
Yeah, that didn't happen. We had 5 excellent Crucible matches where
it the last game you guys played? Was it the last game y'all played?
No. It was.
It wasn't the last game.
This fictional bad game was the second to last game.
Oh, okay.
The last game was probably actually the best.
Yeah, normally your games get worse the more if you're playing really well. By the end, your games get worse.
Nah, that wasn't the case here, man. Like we
were.
Well,
no. Yeah. I'm just saying because the way that their true skill works. The more you dominate, the faster your true skill goes up. And then
you start going against the sweaty,
way better people.
The sweaty guys.
You get smacked down one level, and then you're back where you normally are.
No, we were just dominating. Man. We just kept going up. They kept, bringing us more better competition, and we just kept slapping them back down. The back slaps were going left and right. It was cool, man. It was good. Man.
They were a lot of back slaps. I'll say that. We were definitely putting in some work. I mean, it was, at one point. I
saw Slow-Mo playing Momentum Control earlier today.
Not today.
That was today, sir. Unless you were on Destiny earlier today, sir.
It wasn't me. But I need to go check something because I've been at work all day. So
Slow-Mo.
This morning,
I need to go around the house.
Little
like,
Stadia, man. Play some Stadia.
I know we're playing on the go, man. Because I swear that when I logged in, it said Slow-Mo backslap was playing.
This morning, look. First of all, your concept of time is so bad.
It might be.
It was probably yesterday.
I'm about to look at Destiny Tracker.
Wait, so Forte, so what happened with you? What did you fall? You took a shower and then you fell asleep?
No, I can't. Do you want me to literally elaborate on?
He said his wife told him he couldn't play.
So your wife said no, you're not going to play. Destiny.
I got out the shower and my wife was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, I guess nowhere."
She's like, "Honey, the dishes need to be done. You need to go do that."
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
Now look, if your wife asked you to clean some pipes, then I fully understand, and there's nothing left to say. I get it, and it's cool. I have no problem with that. Enjoy yourself. But if it wasn't that, then you getting all kinds.
I get all types of L's. I got you.
Yeah. Hey, big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Hey, big shout out to Ryan, Big Cloud. What's going on, man? Welcome back to Brap.
What up?
Dude, you sound like you just woke up, man.
You did.
Ryan's like,
I was out, man.
Ryan's like, Ryan, what's up? What's going on, everyone? Ryan, welcome back to Brap, man. Happy New Year, dude.
You too, man. Thank you.
No, man. Definitely appreciate it, man.
You sound like you literally just woke up.
Yeah. Yeah,
you don't sound your perky self like you were earlier today.
Yeah, usually he's coming here and roasting Slow-Mo like off the bat. It's not even happening.
I feel unloved right now. Usually it's an insult to me.
To roast the corpse.
Oh,
wow.
Usually you're Big Cloud. Usually you're just handing Slow-Mo L's, man. It's just like and then we got to call timeout because it's getting
Oh,
so.
technically, he has an L in his
Roast the corpse.
so that L is permanent. So it's not like
You have an L in your name too, and the fact that you call yourself Big Cloud is an L in itself. So, yeah.
Oh my god, that is too
that
funny.
right there.
Man.
That right there is why. That's
Stop it! Look, we cut this crap out right now.
Oh my god,
There is no sunning going on.
You've come far.
Hey guys, we actually have a Sony employee. We have Mark Cerny in the live chat.
What?
Yeah.
How many teraflops is that system, Mark Cerny?
Come on, Mark.
Tell us.
Confirm
Tell
the
us.
flops. We must know the flop and give us a picture of a chip. I want to see a chip. I don't care
I
if
want to
it's a
see
potato
the guy
chip or
on that
Dorito
stage.
chip.
A potato
It's the one
chip.
weird ass week. Let me tell you, I see dudes hyping up executives playing around with chips. Like I don't know.
You know, there was a time where we hype playing games.
Instead, now we hype Instagram likes.
Instagram likes and chips. That's what we've come to. That's
wave now.
That's the world that we've come to. And B Money, my man, B Money. On that note, sir, you have a topic I think you'd like to talk about this evening, since we're talking about chips and Instagram likes and logos and whatnot and all that fun stuff. CES 2020, Sony. Hey, I gotta be honest with you, I was shocked to see Sony unveil a car at CES. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw that. They did bring a car out on stage. I was like, what? This sounds like Microsoft.
That was,
Bring a car out on stage.
I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. I was like,
I thought it
okay.
was self-driving at first, with all the fucking like the laptops in the front dash. I was like, what is this? And like,
And then I
that's
saw a
sick.
person get out the car.
Yeah,
And I was like, okay.
I thought it was self-driving too. Like I gotta be honest with you, I think computers are getting too smart. That kind of is a concern for me because I grew up watching a movie called Terminator, where fucking computers become self-aware and decide to kill human beings.
But they got off on
Skynet is a real. You think Skynet is a real thing?
No, Skynet's not. Let me tell you something, Forte. One of these days, the apocalypse is going to be upon us, and it's going to be brought to us by these damn cars. They're going to come alive. You ever seen the movie? What is it? Christina? Is that the movie with the car that comes alive? It's
Shit, we might not have to wait for the fucking machines to do it.
Christine, thank you, Slow-Mo.
Yeah.
We may not have to wait for the machines. We got a president. It's kind of bring the apocalypse now.
No,
we might not have to wait for the machines, bro. It's already happening.
Yeah. Y'all see what happened at his latest cult rally?
I
He was
can't.
like, "Hello, Lakba."
I can't, man. I can't. I did a rant about the president, and we lost like 4 or 5 subscribers.
Look, man, it's actually, as much as I hate it, it's actually ingenious because they're not. If this was all to happen, they're not going to make a presidential change in the middle of wartime.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
that's
why he did it.
Hey, man, that's a move right there.
He claims
That is-
security.
he tweeted
Why
about
this
that.
happening?
He tweeted about that back when Obama was up for re-election. He was like, he's going to start a war with Iran.
Yep.
So I mean, if you look at a lot of his tweets before he became president, they all contradict everything he's doing now, which is
They were all just like, the
He's
main
some-
shit you were gonna be used for today. The
Yeah.
fucking main prop. So
Yeah,
This
he
is
doesn't
crazy.
give a fuck, man. The guy, he pays to get laid. He doesn't care. He does what he wants. Does what he wants. You know?
you paying porn stars to shut up? I mean, come
Yeah.
on. Dude.
Hey, Stormy Daniels, shut up. You know?
Oh, well.
Yeah, hey, I guess fuck it. You got the money to do it. If you got money in this country, you can do whatever the fuck you want. That's the one.
That's actually, it's the American dream right there.
Yeah,
bro.
that's it's America. I'm telling you, that's
American
America.
dream.
That's
Got
America.
Melania looking like a slave. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Poor Melania.
that's what this country was founded on.
Oh, let's not go down this road, slow
Oh,
let's not.
I mean,
let's not go
he
down this
lied.
road. Let's not go down this road, slow
He addicted to his whole wife though. It's like they be going, they'll go to a fucking door, right? He won't even open the door up for him. Just
Tell you
she'll
what,
open up
she
for
looks
him. I'm
looks
what
like
kind
a
of shit is
snack.
this?
Snack.
She does. You don't think so, Forte?
Who? Who?
Trump's wife, man, the first
Oh,
lady.
she is a snack. She's
Yeah.
a snack.
Slow-mo disagrees, but
if you like the sloppy seconds of a 7-year-old.
Oh well, we're not saying that it's something that you would actually entertain.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. I don't care if I'll take the sloppy seconds of a 7-year-old from. It's her. Look at her. She's bad.
Trump, then everybody would be.
It's really disgusting.
Yeah. She only. Yeah, man. They're not. Look, man.
Can you imagine the things she does to stay with that?
Okay.
Can we? Let's get back to video.
This
conversation.
Yeah, this conversation went
she doing
right
now.
Right now.
You open the floodgates. You're like, hey, I'll do it. Like, no, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Hey, I'm gonna go to B one. Hey, B. So the topic that you talked about, DM. Now, I wasn't sure. Like, is that what you really want to talk about, or were you like joking?
I'm serious, man.
Okay. All right. So I was hoping you're serious. I'm like, I'm gonna love. I can't wait to hear B Money's take on this. So B, why don't you kick off the show with your topic of the evening, what you wanted to discuss? We talked about this in the BRAP DM, man.
Let me get my popcorn. Hold on.
When I saw this topic, I was like, okay, I don't even have to submit one because this is exactly what I want to talk about.
All right,
man. So for everyone who doesn't know, you know what I mean, we discuss topics every week that we're going to present on the show in the DM. And, I've been sitting in the cut for the past couple of days or a week or so and just watching what's been going on Twitter and everywhere else. And I just don't understand why all these people are in their feelings about Sony and the PS5 because they literally have done nothing, said nothing. They haven't been hyping it. But literally every single day, there's somebody like, what's PlayStation going to do? Is their turn to make a move? Why they ain't talking about their system? Oh, they must be scared. What game's coming out? We talking about the same games we've been talking about for 3 or 4 years. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's January. They have clearly said for the past year, they're talking about PS4. They have literally said for the past year, they're talking about PS4. They're talking about games coming to PS4. They still have big games coming to PS4. They're not talking about PS5. And then everybody's hyping up the CES thing. Not one tweet from the PlayStation account said anything about getting hyped about CES. Not one tweet. Yeah, of course Sony's going to talk about CES because they are the parent company of PlayStation. Yes, they presented at CES. They didn't hype fucking PS5. So everybody's getting all their pennies in a bunch because somebody on Reset Era is like, oh, they're unveiling PS5 at CES. So everybody's like, oh, it's their turn to make a move. They got to talk about their system. They got to tell us how many teraflops it is, what games are coming out. Not one time the PlayStation come out and say, yo, we're coming there to unveil PS5, look to the future. Not one time did they say that. Then everybody gets hyped up because Corey Ballock, says his first time is going to be at CES. Not one time did he say anything about PS5.
PS5 was going to be there.
Not one time did he say that. But everybody gets in their head and start imagining shit, and now PS5 is going to be unveiled at CES. On stage, and they literally tell us the same exact shit that we already know, because we're gamers, we're hardcore gamers. We pay attention to what's going on. Everybody's all disappointed. Like, all they did was show us the logo. Oh my god, they're scared. Microsoft got them shaking in the boots. No, like they literally just told everybody the same shit that they've been saying because this is CES. They're talking to a whole different community of people who are going to CES. People who don't pay attention to the gaming space on a normal basis. But everybody's all up in arms, like, oh my god, they didn't unveil the PS5. Did they unveil PS4 at CES?
No.
No, they did it in February.
Because Microsoft came early, they gotta now show everything early. They gotta respond, right?
And this is what I don't understand. Everybody's like, "Oh, Microsoft, they showed up early. They showed us the console at the Game Awards. Nobody was expecting that. Sony's your move. You know why they did that? Because Microsoft ain't got shit to talk about.
Microsoft had to do that.
Exactly.
Their console has been getting stomped in the ground since the beginning.
Yep.
So they got to get people hyped for the next console. They came out with a 6 teraflop console, and they literally got like 2 things to talk about. And every time they spoke about a damn game, they was talking about a third-party game. Now, once did they come out and say, "This is the power of our 6 teraflop console, presented by a game from a first-party studio." Gears 5 is the only thing they can hold their hat on. What other game can you speak to and say that they actually utilize the system for?
Not one. The kids.
They got Halo. I mean, this is the last attempt. I mean, even though we said
Halo ain't out yet, though.
Exactly. Halo ain't out yet, and people keep saying like, "Oh, well, Microsoft has showed us all these games that we know the future." They announced 3 or 4 games. So what? Those games ain't coming out at launch. They talk about one game that's going to be at launch so far. That's Halo. Mm-hmm. Everything else is going to be in the future. They've clearly said that Hellblade is a couple years away. They said Everwild is a couple years away. So that ain't shit that you're getting on day one. So why does everybody keep talking about it? Sony has plenty of time to come out and say, this is the games that we got coming for PS5. We know about one game, Godfall. But we also know that Sony has just about the same amount of studios as Microsoft does. So they will have some games when the console launches. They just ain't ready to talk about them yet. They still have The Last of Us 2 to talk about. That game comes out in May. They still got to talk about Final Fantasy, which comes out
next month.
Pretty soon.
A couple 2 months.
March. You know what I mean? Like
March 3rd.
Dreams is out in February. They've been working on the game since the beginning of the fucking PS4. You don't think they're gonna fucking hype that game up because they got to get their damn money back? They've been paying them people for 7 years to fucking make the game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we still got Ghost of Tsushima. That's coming out in the summer, they say. Mm-hmm. They got 4 major games that they got to talk about throughout the year, but everybody's wanting to rush to PS5. Like, why the fuck would they talk about PS5 and they still got those games that they need to promote?
Hey, B, can I chime in real quick,
man? Productive, man. That shit don't make no sense. Everybody fucking hold your horses. It's gonna be all right.
No, Ricky, let them talk. Let them get it all out. Go ahead, B.
I just want to say, B, you're making a lot of sense. But go ahead, sir.
Like, I just don't understand, man. Everybody chill out. I'm tired of every time I open up my fucking Twitter account, there's somebody talking about PS5 versus Xbox Series X because they haven't talked about this or they haven't talked about that or they haven't announced games or you know what I mean. Like, we're in January.
You know
the reason why everybody on Xbox is talking about that is because nobody's talking about Ori. You know what I mean? Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking about Bleeding Edge. Like Bleeding Edge is in the bushes, and you don't see nobody talking about the shit.
Hey man, I talk about Bleeding Edge.
You might be the only one, Slow Mo.
They got these games.
You might be the only one, sir.
And nobody's talking about them, but everybody's looking 11 months down the line. You know what I mean? Like this shit don't make no sense.
That's true.
But everybody's okay with that. Let's look to the future. 11 months down from now, for a console that isn't out yet. We still don't have anything confirmed. We haven't seen not one game in motion running on the console. But everybody's hyping it up, and I understand. You know what I mean? It's new tech. It's new hardware. We all get excited. We all been playing on this shit for 7 years now. We ready to move on.
Right.
Yo, what's up, guys?
The level of what I see people doing right now, like, stop it. All you guys look like fucking idiots. And that goes from both sides. The people who every day, you know what I mean, they got a new rumor about how powerful the PS5 is now. It goes from 9 teraflops to 11 teraflops to 13 to 14.
Double GPUs.
Day, like, the shit is growing like fungi. I don't get it. How we coming out with a different rumor every day?
Yeah,
it's gonna be okay. Wait for the official announcement.
It's confirmed when there's no confirmation from any studio. That's the sad part.
Yeah, that's.
It's like we seen the stuff, you know, the rumors, and we seen Eurogamer come out and talk about how the PS5 is 9 teraflops or whatever the fuck it is. But you know, every other week, every couple of weeks, you see another developer come out and say, "Hey, PS5 is a beast. It's gonna be a monster. It's gonna be all right." You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be okay. If developers are coming out and saying, "Yo, They happy with PS5? It's gonna be all right. Whether it's fucking 6 teraflops or 20.
B money. I mean,
it's gonna be okay.
I think you may have been in this chat. I think when we had a guest on before we went live. I don't know if you were there, but I mean, and this is coming from somebody who's working on the game. The machine's going to be great, and both consoles are going to be great. Like, that's the one thing that I keep hearing, and I'm like, and then when I read this stuff, I'm like, oh my god, y'all just need to chill out.
You got a super chat.
Yeah, when you say it's like far behind, and it's not.
Yeah, Slow-Mo, do you want to grab the super chat, man?
Sure, man. Black Man Actual, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. He says, thanks for bringing the conversation back to what matters most, games.
Woo!
That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
That's definitely not been the conversation in most circles for the last.
Nope. 2020 has been all about speculation, specs that people don't understand, and Instagram likes. That's been 2020 so far.
And it's crazy because, and we're going to talk about this later on, it's crazy because 2020 is going to be a really good year for gaming. B just talked about 3 games. Final Fantasy remake, which the intro leaked, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2. I mean, those are just 3 games that we can think of off the top of our heads that are going to be
aren't even PS5 games.
Yeah, that are just that. Yeah, exactly right. That are awesome. That are coming out this year that you could play. You could actually play these games this year.
And you know what I'll say too, man, is stop. You know, some like the people out there, like stop letting these YouTubers make marks out of you. You know, it's like every day it's like they're throwing out the same information. Ask them, hold them responsible. Say, what are you playing right now? You talk about all these games and being a gamer and this and that, but it's like, you know, they're taking advantage of, you know, this new wave that's about to come out, but they're never talking about what they're actually playing.
Yeah, Faxy. But matter of fact, I just said this to FC in the chat, but I'm gonna say it on there. Because he was saying in the chat, like when B mentioned Ori, he said Ori 2 was going to be fire, and I don't think that's what B was saying. That we all know Ori 2 is going to be fire. The first game was very good for the kind of for the kind of genre it's in, and Moon Studios is a quality studio. Of course, Ori 2 is going to be fire. But how come the Xbox community don't talk about that game?
Because it's not a needle mover.
Because they ain't gonna play it. That's why they ain't talking about it. You ain't gonna play the game. That's why you playing Twitter.
Slow-Mo, are you saying Forte's not gonna play it? Or are you saying certain people in the community aren't gonna play? I'm confused.
Certain people in the community are not gonna play that game. That's why they don't talk. It's not even on their mind and on their radar.
There's only one person in it, and not saying you guys aren't gonna play, but there's only one person in this community I know is gonna play Ori 2, and that's Rand. Because
no doubt.
Yeah,
he's the
Rand
only person in this whole community I know that's actually genuinely excited for that game. Is going to play it.
Or any game. Rand actually plays games.
Well, he actually plays games.
and Rand actually talks about games. And usually, if Rand is tweeting, he's usually talking about a game that he's playing, or on his channel, he's talking about something that he just played. I don't see a lot of these other cats doing that.
Yeah.
It's always think about everything that comes up. Everything is always the future of what's coming. What about the here and now?
Right.
What you doing right now?
But then the funny thing is that when the future that they keep talking about does come, they're just going to be talking about something else that's not relevant in that games. Right. It is what it is. But hey, B, we got people in the chat wanting to know what your Twitter handle is so they can follow you.
Same name everywhere, man. At BMoney101, BMUNY 101.
B man, you brought a lot of truth today, man. A lot of passion, man. And I'm with you, man. Like it's funny. Like I have been playing a shitload of games more recently. You know, I went back to Batman Arkham Knight, playing the Witcher DLC. I beat Sekiro, or Sekiro, as Forte calls it. You know, played a little Destiny with my man Slow-Mo the other night. You know, and there's so much shit right now, and I'm so excited about all these games in 2020, and I'm like, yo, no one's talking about it. It's crazy. It's just, and I get it. Look, we're all excited for new tech. No one's disputing that, but it's just like, well, wait a minute, we're still in 2020, like early 2020.
Well, also because the community.
Go ahead, Forte.
Well, it's also because the community's doing nothing but eating that up. I mean, like, I like, dude, I'm at a certain point now where if I see a title talking about specs on something, I just bypass it. Because it's like because all you're doing is giving credence and giving validity to what they're talking about. No one isn't saying that this isn't important stuff to know, but Lord, Microsoft did this reveal December 12th, and yes, Phil Spencer came out and put a picture up of the die of the system on a chip, and that started a conversation. Okay, I can see it being a conversation for a day, but then it just ties and keeps going and going and going into the next day, and then you've got all these blind followers talking about the same thing, and I'm like,
Forte.
bro, can we talk about something else?
Forte, who gave a damn about a chip growing up?
Nobody gave a damn about the chip.
If you watch, I think I said you guys in the DM, if we went back in time to our 10-year-old selves with our boys on the playground talking, right? And they talking about, yo, NES got this, SNES got this, Sega got this. And we want to, what about that chip, though? Oh, they smack the shit out you. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
I got that 16-bit graphics, though. Like,
but you know
all you knew were the slogans that the companies that were actually in the war told you, and you threw that back and forth. You didn't really know what it meant.
By the way, Eric, everyone in the live chat right now is talking games, man. It's fucking beautiful. I mean, fucking beautiful. I love it. I mean, I've seen Cyberpunk.
FC out here trying to take credit. Shut up.
Well, let's talk about...
FC did drop a nice list of games, though, Slow-Mo. You got to give the man some credit, man. He put.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, FC's a gamer. I'm trying to get him to get the rest of his people to game. You know, like, show them how to turn their console on. They talk about it all day. I'm not sure they actually know how to turn one on. So first, he can make a video. Like, this is how you turn your Xbox on, right?
Oh, not like
multiple
this,
ways. Hit the Xbox button on the console. Use the controller. Do that. I guarantee you, FC, that video will blow up, man. Do that real quick. Like, do that. It's gonna blow up, yo. You're gonna get all these people watching it. Like, oh my god, I never knew how to turn this thing on. It's been sitting here collecting dust. I've been talking about games for it, but I ain't been playing games for it. Thank you, FC, for showing me the way. Go do that right now, bro. It'll be great, man.
Ryan, you want to chime in, man?
What'd you guys say? I stepped out. I had to grab some stuff.
Well, just talking about the same conversation about systems on a chip, about hardware, and not about games.
Yeah, and what B Money was talking
my
about.
inside sources, you know, my sources. Xbox Series X has a cup holder. I'm just saying.
Stupid man.
Cup holder.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, listen, like, okay. I said this going into 2020, and there was going to be a lot of speculation, even more so as you get closer to the, the actual hardware release. You know, it happens every single time. But the way dudes are hyping it up, and it's sad when you talk about games, it's almost as if dudes get sick when you say this shit. I'm like, well,
they get allergic.
Yeah, don't they? Someone come on, it's like the weird shift in conversation is like, oh, why are we talking about games? It's about power. I'm like, huh?
like how? Like this is a gaming
I could have sworn
right?
That's what we buy the damn console for, right? It's for the games. And they go, oh, you ponies or whatever, just trying to flip the narrative because you ain't got the power advantage. I'm like, process what the hell I am saying to you. we're talking about games. That's what we play. And it's like, oh, no, all y'all guys are going to do is play the same games. I'm like, excuse me. Come on, man. Come on. I can't with these people online, man. Like, I saw some retarded shit. Like, ever since these specs came out, I saw the wannabe tech experts, the wannabe insiders come out of nowhere. One dude, like, he swore up and down that Microsoft innovated backwards compatibility, and I facepalmed. Man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
the PlayStation 2 didn't exist, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. It's funny, back to B Money's point, and one of the things I've been seeing, people like saying that Sony needs to respond and Sony not shook. And not to console we're here, but it's funny. Like, as I read these things, and I've been gaming for a long time, I remember Sony, when Sony came out with the PlayStation, the first PlayStation at E3, they literally came out. And this was an E3 was held at the local Holiday Inn in LA. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was like a hotel ballroom. The dude from Sony comes out, and you could actually Google this video. The dude from Sony comes out, and Sega had just dropped the Saturn. Had said the price point was going to be like, I think, what was it? What was it, like $499? I think what the Saturn was. It was like super expensive, right? And actually,
it was pretty expensive.
Yeah, and the Saturn was, believe it or not, the most powerful console at the time. as was the N64.
I like the Saturn actually.
I do like the Saturn too.
I liked it.
Oh, I like the Saturn too. I still have mine.
Saturn. Oh, what? Do you have that Panzer Dragoon? That one that's like $1,000.
What was the specs on that though? That's what matters. How them specs?
What was the chipset on that?
We didn't care about such things back then.
The chipset was fuck if I know 2.2.
Hey, take a picture of the die size, E.
Take the. No, did one of the executives, like focusing on the chip and where it says 8K on the side? They have focus on that.
Nibbling on
like, dog, is this what we're doing? It's
no, but all jokes aside, like I get why they did it. It's kind of a marketing thing for them. Whatever, that's cool. But
yeah, for them. But I'm
marketing it goes That goes back. That goes back to what we've been saying the longest. It's like, who are you talking to? It's like you got this whole base thing on social media. It's like they played it at too much.
I see what you're saying.
They've been feeding into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rand and Jez were talking about this on Xbox too. They said, are they focusing?
No, I saw a video where it's like Microsoft shocks the world, right? And I'm like, okay, I clicked this video, and literally he's talking about, you guessed it, the damn chip. Microsoft, Phil Spencer changing his profile to the chip. I was like, you know what? Since we're doing this type of shit, that's why Somo saw the upload. I was like, since we're doing this, I'm gonna see if how I can stir the pot. So I literally just talked about how Sony just blew everybody away with their fucking reveal. Fucking Instagram.
Don't do that, man.
They fucking blew everybody away on their Instagram account, and their Instagram account basically made headlines. Basically, the Xbox Series X reveal on Instagram is sitting at 1.8 million views on their site.
Yeah.
Sony tripled that with just a picture.
I mean, it's funny. It's funny. Like, all joking aside, I mean, that speaks to Sony's as a brand, like the power that the PlayStation brand has as just a brand, and that logo. Like E and I were talking about it earlier. I mean, like, people are like, oh, they didn't change the logo. Well, no, why would they? I mean, that logo is synonymous with the PlayStation brand now, like the Golden Arches or the Golden Arcs if you go to McDowell's in Queens.
Coming to America.
Yeah. So,
McDowell's.
But
they don't have sesame seed buns. That's the difference.
Yeah. Our buns have no seeds.
Just let
our buns have no seeds.
No, but seriously, but back to B's point, like, it's funny, like, I hear these people like saying, oh, Sony shook, they need to respond. I'm like, yo, like, this isn't Sony's first rodeo.
This ain't 8 Mile. It's not 8 Mile, dog.
Right? This ain't King of the Dot.
Shelter. We up in shelter.
Man, the way dude's hyping up this damn console, you would think it's the Soul Glow from that fucking movie. I'm sure.
But my point is like,
come on.
My point is, this isn't their first rodeo. I mean, they have been doing this for 25 years and have been consistently the brand leader, the market leader for 25 years, except for the PlayStation 3. And even with that, I mean, they stumbled out the gate with that, but they sold a lot of PlayStation 3 still. But
people tend to forget that they overcame the system being hacked. Breaching people's personal information.
Yeah, that was almost a death blow. Honestly,
that could have been a death blow
for any company at that point. That was insane. From real. Like, I remember seeing the interview after that. Well, not even the interview. I remember that crazy update that Kaz Hirai had to come out where he was like trying to be reassuring.
I remember that.
Yeah, we invested in firewalls. So, like, motherfucker, y'all ain't had no firewalls to begin with.
Exactly. All he did was make it worse. He was like, wait a minute.
I'm like, oh, bro, I get what you're saying. You're trying to come off as like, okay, we care. But at the same time, like, you made this shit worse. You mean to tell me motherfuckers was legit playing with no sense of security?
They were like, he basically came out. So, guys, we had your credit card information on paper. We shredded those documents.
We were just transferring it unencrypted in the clear this entire time. Whoopsie on us. Don't worry. We're investing in that now with all the money that you give us. We appreciate that.
But guys,
by the way, here's some free games that you didn't want as compensation. I was like, bro, this is not.
I'm like, how long was it down? 2 months?
About
2 months, right? About 2 months.
And I think there was no updates too while I was down. I think they were kind of silent too for a little bit. They weren't saying
they were trying to put out silent updates, but the thing was, at that time, it's not like PS4 now, but you had to sign in to get these fucking updates. You couldn't sign in because they shut all that shit down. So I'm like, I didn't know what the hell.
Slimmer, would you like to address Javier McCann? I don't know who he's addressing this to.
I don't even see it. I don't see anything.
Go in the live chat, man.
All right, I think I got it set for top chat. Let me go to live. Oh, now I see it.
Yeah,
you guys on this podcast, man. No, I should use a different voice for Javier. You guys on this podcast.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that to them, man. Come on.
All right, all right. You guys on this podcast, they go on different podcasts and act all nice and talking hot is good stuff. And then you go back to your podcast and start talking all that shit about other people. Who did we I would like Javier to clarify who exactly are we talking about that we talk all nice on their podcast, because I don't recall.
I definitely want to know that.
Hey, Javier, I don't know you on some real shit, but you know you remind me of? You remind me of one of those dudes that just come out that have been coming out of left field saying, "Oh, I sense fear because of specifications." I'm just saying.
Boy. All right,
I would like to know exactly who he is. Well, yeah, okay.
Who's he referring to? We all know you talk trash, so
because the thing is, I don't think.
But who did that talk about? He said but you're talking shit about other people. Who did I talk about? Who exactly?
I don't think anybody's names was being said at all.
Call anybody out?
Nope.
He talking about Slow-Mo because Slow-Mo got to throw his little subliminals. You know how you mean?
Oh,
I don't be throwing subliminals. I am a straight shooter. Straight shooter. If I'm gonna talk about you, I'm gonna say who
he be throwing.
I'm gonna say your name.
Bro, you been talking about a particular corpse that hasn't shown up to Scumcast since a damn incident with a damn disc not being played because of internet. Let's be real here.
Look. And no, exactly. You're throwing subliminals.
Yeah.
I'm not talking. I didn't even think about that guy. You're throwing subliminals.
Okay.
I'm not. Look, I have no problem saying anything to anybody about anything. And when I go on other people's shows, I am always contradicting or going against them on something that I don't agree with. So this whole be nice thing, you play nice on one show, but you don't do that on this show, like that ain't me. You must not be paying attention. I get invited to shows because they know I'm gonna be honest, and that's why I respect the people who actually invite me onto their show, knowing I disagree with them on multiple things. But hey, it's all love, it's all good. It's just video games. It's nothing serious. So of course we can disagree, and then after the show talk about games and go on about our ways, and it's all good. But don't be coming up in here in the chat acting like people being fake, because that's not it. That ain't the look, homie. So
maybe he means like the language is a little more colorful on here than others. I mean, some people's vibe is a little bit different.
I mean, well, this is home.
Maybe that's what they mean.
I mean, they are home.
If it's someone else's show, but look, you know, Eden, maybe you're right. But look, when it's someone else's show, you respect how they want their show done, right?
Right.
So
Exactly.
So you go on the Iron Lords. Y'all know how Lord Cognito is. And shout out to the Iron Lord. Shout out to Cock. But Cock don't like. There's no cussing on the Iron Lord, so you don't cuss. There's a certain amount of respect. When I go on Boom Show, Boom does like the round robin thing, where he calls on everyone to get their point. It's not like a free for all, like right now, or like say on Crossfire, where everyone just jumps in whenever someone takes a pause and then they go say something, or Scumcast. Every person.
It's funny you said that. Look who's in the chat. She just showed up out of left field, like she saw the bat signal. What's up, Luca? What's up, Luca?
No, but I just yeah. But you know what?
She just immediately
She literally
see that immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
But you know what though? But you know what though? Here's the thing. Like we
said Javier, man.
But here's the thing. I mean, like we don't agree with even people we've had on this panel, like as guests. We go on other podcasts. We don't agree with those folks. It's okay to have disagreements, Javier. But at the end of the day, it's like, no one's throwing shade at anyone. That comment actually kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because that's not what's going on here. Like we don't do that.
No, it's just people don't understand that. Look, there's the fanatics out there that want us to do nothing but talk about how great Microsoft is and the things they've been doing for the last 3 months is amazing. I'm sorry, I'm not in that camp. They finally started doing something that I wanted them to do, and guess what? They had to do it. That's the whole thing that people keep forgetting. They keep saying, well, we got to be happy that Microsoft's doing it. Microsoft should have been doing this a long time ago. They have to do this. They are in a position where they have to do this because they haven't been doing it for so freaking long. Now all of the fans are losing their freaking minds because they finally got an olive branch that they never had before. And then when people say, well, you guys don't talk like this about Sony, I'm saying, wait a minute, because Sony don't have to do anything. They just show up. They can put a logo up on the screen and people start talking about it. Dude, they earn the respect of their gamers and they earn the respect of the fans to just say, when Sony's ready to talk about something, they're going to talk about it. And just because I'm an Xbox fan and I acknowledge that is a thing doesn't mean that we are like fake on fake just gamers and we're just talking just to talk. I mean, dude, it's some narratives aren't the narrative needs to be talked about all the time. The fact that we're still talking about the same thing 3 to 4 weeks later and we only see one new game for next generation, which was Hellblade 2. What is this conversation really about? B Money was right on money when he said PlayStation has 4 games coming out next year that are coming out on PS4. This year, new year. Yeah,
and the next 4 months, actually.
In the next 4 months, they got 4 games coming out that are coming out on, guess what? Not the PS5, the PS4. And people keep running over that narrative and not talking about that being the narrative versus us always talking about, Microsoft and Sony is scared. Scared of what?
Forte, hold on. Forte, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but Javier said, I love PlayStation, Microsoft, but it seems like you guys all on this podcast line always to the good side of PlayStation. Look, man.
You haven't been paying attention there.
Yeah, I don't think you've been there.
Where you been at, fam? Where you been at?
Yeah, let me tell you something. If we are equal opportunity, I don't want to say equal opportunity haters, but we will call.
We stumping anybody in the ground who out here acting crazy.
Thank you.
Nintendo, PlayStation, Microsoft, even the PC. When they start acting up, hey, they getting this work. So
I guess Javier wasn't.
Opportunity.
I guess he wasn't listening when The Last of Us 2 kerfuffle happened, and we were going in on how Sony handled it, how they announced multiplayer, then like stealth changed it so there's no multiplayer in the release of The Last of Us 2, but didn't tell no one. They had to get leaked for them to actually come out and speak on it publicly. Oh, we went in on them.
Look at Luca instigating. Wow, get him, Javi. She's stirring the pot.
She's about to invite Jarvis on freaking Scumcast this Saturday.
What the heck is Jarvis?
Luca remind me of Frieza right now.
I tell you, Forte gets every name wrong. This dude's name is Javier. And he said Jarvis. Jarvis. The only thing he got right is the J. I mean, that's it.
Oh, man, I'm lexic right now. I'm tired as fuck.
Oh my god! Look, the last thing I'm gonna say on this,
Jarvis.
The last thing I'm gonna say on this is that wherever I go, I keep it 100 how I feel. I went on Xbot podcast, had a great time, but I disagree with everything Xbot and K Mega and Dag on there. Everyone said for like 2 hours, but it was all love. It was all fun. It is the way it is. I go on Ryan podcast and on live streams. I'm screaming and yelling at people calling me all kinds of names.
You're screaming and yelling at one person who was your kryptonite.
Okay, that definitely ain't it.
That
is your kryptonite. Hey, Forte.
Who's his kryptonite?
Slow mo. Should I invite him on the show right now?
Invite Craig.
Invite him on.
Kryptonite talk.
Invite Craig Harris on here for some fireworks. I'm dead.
We're not gonna rehash the argument. But I was right. But I was right, and that's it, and that's the end of that. So
you know what? I have to say, this is the first time I was on Ryan's podcast, and me and Craig did not get into it about some stupid stuff that he was saying.
Y'all were level-headed. Y'all talking about
the level-headed today.
Yeah, it was level-headed. Oh, it wasn't about no like brand loyalty. It's just a simple fact of dudes hyping up shit without games. All
right, guys. Yeah, all right, guys.
That's the problem. Yeah,
guys. Real quick. I do want to wrap up that first topic real quick. So, B Money, man, thank you, dude. That was I love the passion, man. And look, man, there's a lot of truth I think to what you said, man. So, but moving on to This show is kind of also like our preview of 2020 with all the games coming out. But there's been some rumors out there, and I know, Eric, this is something that you brought up in the Brap DM that you wanted to talk about. And look, I think it's been a rumor for quite some time now. With the Nintendo Switch Pro potentially coming out.
Is Luca trying to be funny? What the heck?
I saw that.
We have to repeat this. Today, Craig is
I need to get Luca a booster seat.
Ryan, the professional, doesn't interrupt me on my podcast as he's interrupting me, repeating her comment.
I don't care. Her comment
which is perfect.
All right, guys.
Oh man.
All right, Salty said, what was the first topic? Salty, we were just talking about some of the the people wanting Sony to make a move basically in response to Microsoft, stuff like that. So but Eric, man, so Nintendo Switch Pro, is it going to be a thing this year, man? That's the rumor, potentially, that Nintendo could be releasing a pro version of the Nintendo Switch, man, at some point this year.
I mean, it seems to be picking up momentum as far as the rumor goes. So maybe there is some some traction to that.
Did you say momentum or momentum?
Momentum.
Yo, who said that?
Yeah, what was that from? I forgot that.
That was what's his face? Bang bang. What's his name? The dad from Friday.
Yeah. Rest in peace to him, man.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
His YouTube channel is funny as hell. Like, he did this series called "Cooking for Poor People." It's funny as hell on his channel.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, E-Man.
But no. Basically, yeah. If this is a thing, I was gonna throw it back at you guys to see. Because I think everybody here is pretty much a Switch owner, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What would it take from a Switch Pro to get you guys to move, from your current system to a new one?
Ooh, let's go to our special guest.
What would they have to put in there?
Let's go to our guest, Bit Cloud. What do you think, Bit?
It's inevitable. We're gonna get a Switch Pro. We're gonna get it. They already made the Switch Lite, which is basically, let's be real here, in the long run, we kind of all that the Switch is going to be the successor to like the 3DS and be their main thing there. So now that they're working on a Pro version, again, this is going to correct the issues that you guys are seeing now with terms of frame rate for games. Not really expecting no like insane price point for it either, but that's what I'm saying, beefed up components. But one thing is for certain though, because they just announced the UFO, which is a new PC handheld at DCS.
I saw that, dude.
Yeah, that thing was, I ain't gonna lie, that thing was fucking scary looking. I'm talking in terms of like what they can do. Like, it was sick.
Yeah.
And the controller, like the little side, controllers, like little that go on it, looked a lot more. They looked a lot more, bit more. I would say more interesting than the Joy-Cons for sure. But hell yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so do you have a Switch, Ryan, or no?
Nah, not yet.
Okay, so you wouldn't. So you're not like us who'd want to upgrade then. So
I would get it. I would get it. I would definitely upgrade if I did have it. If I had the option for a 4K model, for sure. But that should have been something they prioritized before. But again, Nintendo just went strictly with the gimmick, just like they did with the Wii. They saw a good gimmick to sell it, and they capitalized. And they capitalized.
Yeah.
It was all about making the Wii. Remember, the Wii U has the same concept, but in all actuality, it's not as seamless or as, what I'm saying? Or it's not as
you couldn't leave the room. You couldn't leave the room with that gamepad. It was like, hey, where you going?
There was limits to functionality, so it wasn't as seamless as you're seeing with the Switch. This right here is basically the Wii U, reincarnated, but in the right proper way. I mean, hell, they even got third-party support, and the Wii U could not get a fraction hardly of third-party support. So it fixed all that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even think
said that traditional consoles. They came out recently, and Nintendo saying that they don't think traditional consoles are even worth it anymore. So you're gonna see a lot more handhelds, and this is basically the strategy, to push the handheld market. This is where Nintendo has always succeeded at as a handheld. They've always succeeded and killed it. Pokemon by itself sells the handheld instantly. That's all they need. They don't need no notes. So
in that dedicated space, they don't really have like that competition. You know?
Yeah, the PSP. Y'all remember back when the PSP, the first one, that right there was like the first time I would say Sony ever attempted to put like the foot on the neck, and it kind of worked for the most part. They did good. They sold a lot of units, but the thing about it was they overdid it with the Vita. Now, granted, the Vita has more, had a lot bit more features, and I'll say that the Vita, hell, even has more features than the Switch. Right? It has voice chat and all that. You can do all that, which is sad.
Oh, yeah.
But the Vita's biggest mistake, Sony's biggest mistake with the Vita
was the memory cards.
Yes,
and the fact they just didn't have
memory cards, man.
It was the memory cards and the fact that they didn't have a killer app. I would have to say, like, there was no insane killer app. Like, if you go to PSP, there was a shit ton of killer apps you can choose from the first party as well as the third party. They even had Dragon Ball Z Budokai on the PSP back in the day. It was crazy. They didn't have those type of games for the Vita, and instead they focused on, I think it was cross-buy or cross. It was like cross-buy games. Where you buy it on a PS3, you get it on the Vita. I remember that.
Yeah.
Which is what Gio Corsi introduced. It was at E3. So they focused on that. And I'm like, okay, I get it, right? I get it because, I saw maybe that was going to sell it. But then I started to see the games that was offered. I remember they showed off Call of Duty. Ain't nobody playing Call of Duty on no damn go. Let's keep it right. Nobody playing Call of Duty. It's like nobody was going to play Uncharted on the go like that, and Uncharted was a nice little tech demo what's to come. But again, like many first party games on the PS4, it seems like only the first party will take full advantage of some of these gimmicks. I remember the touchpad was on the back of the Vita, the system. Now a lot of these games really take advantage of that type of stuff. So just
I remember you could kind of stream your PlayStation 4 remotely. There was a little bit of a lot of input lag with that. If it was a game, if it was a single player game, you were good, but
Oh, we lost everyone. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened here. Everyone got dropped out of the chat and into another chat, and I'm not sure exactly why that happened. Hey, B, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, guys. I seriously don't know what happened.
It said, well, okay, I was talking, and it said push the talk, and I'm like, wait, what? Then next thing I know, like the Brap Show channel just disappeared.
Yeah, my Discord like froze for a second. I don't know what happened. It's really fucked up.
I thought you were playing around with it.
No. I was like, I heard it, and I was like, wait, and then B was still there, and you guys weren't there. I'm like, what the fucking Discord? Go ahead, Slumber. You were talking about the streaming and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like it's the
remote play.
Yeah, the remote play. Like, I mean, it had a lot of great features, but it's just that Sony's handling of the platform just really hindered it. And it's really unfortunate because I thought the Vita was really cool. I have a PS VR, which is basically the Vita, but a little small, almost like the size of like a little a portable external SSD. But it's essentially the Vita itself. And I had it in my office for a long time when I would work from home. I could be able to just hook that up and be playing my games off of my PS4 into my office. My PS4 being like in a different room. It's great, but it's just that it's unfortunate how they handled it. And I don't really agree with Sony saying we're not getting back into the handheld market because it's just not for us. But it's like, no, you just need to learn from your mistakes. You could do it. You just you made some mistakes and you just need to learn from them. But I mean, to get back to the topic about the Switch, I think the only way I would buy the Switch Pro is if it is power wise at the level of like a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X, which I don't think it will be. So I'm not going to get it. But if it was there, I would get it only because I believe that if it was at that level of power, that we would see more third-party games on it. Because I have a Switch now, so I'm gonna play the first-party games, the exclusives that the Switch has. But like they get some third parties, but already we see where like developers and publishers guy do a lot of work to make sure that it's running on a Switch. That's just going to get worse as next gen starts and the games become, you know, a lot higher in graphical fidelity, a lot more memory usage, a lot of the things that the Switch is not going to be able to handle. I think if they're coming out with a Pro, it's to keep things not current, but keep them at least at the bare minimum of what it would take to get a third-party developer to put their game on that platform. And if they do that at that level, that's good enough up to a certain point, you know, that like maybe the next 3 years or so, where I can see myself playing some games that are third-party on that platform. But if it's not, if it's you know still pretty weak, but it's just doing 1080p, then nah. I'll just keep my Switch.
Yeah, unless they fix the 60 frames. Don't you think offer that for the new one? That'd be like a crazy selling point. They get 60 frames.
Yeah, B, go ahead, man.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but don't you think, in essence, that's the problem, though? That we really can't go to a Switch Pro. I think they just need to move on to the second iteration,
like a Switch
because
version 2 or something like that.
Yeah, like a Super Switch or whatever the hell they want to call it. Mm-hmm. Because I think if you come out with a Pro, what does that say to your baseline customer? You know what I mean?
That's a great point.
How do you only develop games for the Pro, and then those same games are even going to be even more watered down if they try to put them on the base of the Switch? You know what I mean? We just got the Switch Lite, and you know that's selling like gangbusters. All these little kids running around with the Switch Lite.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
They would have to like double dip and prioritize one.
Well, I can see their
first developers party. Like what incentive do developers have to just make a Pro version, and you know knowing that space is going to be so small as far as the consumers that went out and purchased it.
That is true. That you are like them. They're more than the Xbox One right now, but then how many people are going to have the Pro version? Like for a publisher, is like, is it worth it? I'm not even getting the vast majority of this player base, of this install base. I'm getting the small percentage that's actually picking up a Pro. I do see your point there. It does kind of defeat the purpose.
I mean,
they're gonna find themselves in a tough spot on that one.
Yeah.
And the idea I've heard people say, oh, it's got to be 4K. Well, I mean, 4K really on a small screen. I mean, that's kind of
that's pointless.
4K, people need to get off this 4K wave, man.
It needs to be just give it like a fucking enhanced version, where, for example, 1080p 60. That's what it really should be 60.
Yeah, as long as they go OLED, OLED with the screen. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like
another disc system. You know, I mean, we're switching everything like that.
Yeah.
And shit. Pointless.
Like a high resolution if they go OLED, because you know what I mean, they go OLED, it's going to allow more pixels on the screen. The actual image is going to look cleaner.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just going to OLED itself, it would make a huge difference.
Yeah, and you know, smaller the screen, the less the resolution is really necessary. Like I mean, a lot of us have played xCloud on our phones, and it's 720p, but it looks fine. I mean, it's on a smaller screen. It's not that big a deal. Like I didn't even like at no point did when I was playing any game through xCloud, I was like, yo, this looks ugly. This looks bad. Never that. If anything, it was like it's my signal ain't that great right now.
Yeah, at this current time though, that's just kind of putting that's like putting in the territory of the new UFO handheld that's coming.
The Alienware one.
They really don't need that type of accolade, which is 4K on the go. They really don't need it. They got
party. And Nintendo doesn't feel
Ryan, maybe you heard something different than what I heard. I heard that was just kind of like
it's a concept. It was kind of like Sony with the Vision S car. It's a concept.
Yeah, like it may not actually get made, which is I thought. Yeah, I looks cool. I
mean, $400. If they can get it to 400, I don't know. I mean, shit, that would have been, that'd been cool.
We also didn't know what it was, what's in it, like what's
Windows. think it was like Windows, right?
No.
Like
as far as the hardware,
are you talking about the die size?
Chips. No.
Slim, are you talking about the die size?
Not at all. I just want to know, just bare minimum, what APU is this thing running? Just because they say it's a
from
piece.
What we saw and how fast that thing was operating in the games, like the quality of what we saw is definitely rocking some standard shit, like something that's new. You know what I'm saying? Versus what we already have for the Switch. So they were definitely rocking some top tier, graphics cards in there. So I'm doing something. It looked good.
Eric, man, go ahead, chime in, man. I heard you trying to chime in earlier.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, the thing with Nintendo too is they don't think in terms of the way like Microsoft and Sony will, where they know they have like a certain hardcore base that will roll with this, and they're okay with like developing for that. Nintendo's thing is everybody, like they want to be inclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except for that one strange move, and I'm gonna piggyback on something Ryan just threw in the chat, and he said, the 3DS. The new 3DS didn't have that much of a bump in visuals over the old 3DS, but the thing is, that was such an odd thing because all they did was add that nub, which was supposed to add another control level to certain games, and all they did
they only did that for Smash, right?
Well,
they did Smash and Majora's Mask took advantage of it. But the odd thing about the new 3DS was it could play Super Nintendo games, but the old one couldn't. That's the only thing they did. They excluded people.
Nah, I thought 3DS got like significantly less features as they like started to get more and more like creative for like the iterations of it. Like 3DS had the whole 3D gimmick, then they came out with the 3DS XL because it was a bigger one. Then they went with 2DS that didn't have it. And
they did the 3DS, the new 3DS, which had that little nub and then had a little more like processing power. And they said they could play Super Nintendo games. From the eShop, but the old model couldn't. And then they came out with the 2DS XL, which just stripped all the 3D stuff out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know like which way they would go if they were going to do a Pro, because
they can't do that with the Switch though. That's one thing they can't do right now.
No. Because the thing is, you can't X out like a base of people from playing a new version of a Switch game.
Yeah.
Like most people kind of like Super. I can't play Super Nintendo games on my 3DS. That's no big deal to me.
Well, I mean, there's going to be some defender Nintendo side. I hate to break it, but there's just a lot of them that go, well, you can't fault Nintendo for doing it. It's like,
that's gonna be there, man. Like
there's gonna be that one dude that just comes out of nowhere. Well, y'all can't fault Nintendo because Nintendo, it's their platform. I'm like,
it's gonna be a pocket watcher out there. Like, you can't keep up. Come on, man, go get your
like real talk. Because you guys remember what the whole the app required for voice chat. Dudes defending that, like Nintendo's their own company. They don't need to follow, the trend that Microsoft or Sony said.
No, you absolutely have to.
I'm like, you need to get up with the times in terms of getting up to date with the basic tech that we're using in terms of communicating, especially when you're showing off, MLB teams or MLG teams. So
there's no excuse for that, man, because for the fact that as old as the Vita is, I could log into it right now and get into a party chat with somebody on PS4.
Exactly. I don't understand. I've done that shit at work numerous times.
And that's like with the Nintendo.
That shit at work.
Nintendo Pro controller doesn't have a jack for headsets, so you can't.
Which is crazy.
That's crazy. This day of age, it's like Nintendo. Yeah, it's like Nintendo. Hello, like that's my biggest.
So backwards.
I like the Nintendo Switch. I think it's a great console or handheld.
But it's clearly a cash grab type of machine when it comes to to get the basic shit that you're known for. Like you had to buy that octopus type converter for a headset that go to the Switch, into the headset, back to the damn system to your TV or whatever. Y'all remember that? That crazy.
Yes, I do remember that little.
Yeah. Yeah, that was supposedly going to be the answer. Yeah, that was supposedly going to be the answer.
I think it was ass.
To the voice chat. But I'm like, here's the thing: you still need to connect your phone, and if your phone went to sleep, it disconnects you from the chat. And I was like, whose bright idea was this? Like, what is this? That makes no sense.
That's the thing that kills me with Nintendo. It's like that to me. That's like a bareless. That's like a basic essential now of gaming to have that jack in your controller, so that people can have voice chat or use their headsets to game. The fact they don't have that just blows my mind. It's like Nintendo does like so many good things, and then they do things that make you say like, wait a minute, like what's going on here? Like none of that makes sense.
Charge you online.
Yeah. Like use everybody else's means of communication just to get people to come play together on Switch. It's like use Discord to get a Mario Kart game together. You know,
did they say, "Oh, we didn't do voice chat is because of the"?
Just use your phone, call your friend.
Yeah, call everybody.
They said that we were protecting the children. That's why we didn't want to do it. I'm like, are you serious right now? Why even launch the system, Dad? If you're trying to protect the quote unquote children, why don't you just have a Discord server?
They got to get on that, man. They got to fix that, dude. Because it's like
I have
to text you. I have to text you to let you know I'm going in the app so we can meet up.
Yeah. So another thing that was ridiculous: friend codes. I don't like that. I really don't.
Like
that.
You mean the social security number?
Your social security number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dog tag number. There you go.
That's pretty much it. Ryan Landis says U.S. Mail is a better chat service than anything on Switch Online.
And that's the crazy part on the Wii U. Like they had usernames.
Yeah.
No, they did. Yeah,
you could jump in video chats.
Yeah.
Talk to people.
Yep.
They just took a step back.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's that hybrid nature of it, man. It's like, but they leaned it more back. So people say, is it a console? Is it a handheld? I'm like, it's a handheld because they went back to friend codes.
Oh man,
that's your answer right there.
Yeah, well,
yeah, you know, and people do say like, oh, everyone gives Nintendo a pass. It's not really that everyone gives Nintendo a pass. It's that like there's nothing to really argue about, and that's why it's not brought up. Like no one is damage controlling how completely backwards and behind the times that Nintendo is. Everyone acknowledges it. Everyone knows it. And they just say it for what it is. There's when we're talking about this is none of us in this panel or even in the chat are like, no, man, not Nintendo. No, Nintendo's pretty current.
Nintendo saved gaming back in, at the time. Yo, look it up. I'm like, why you giving me a history lesson of some shit that happened decades ago? I know the
Nintendo
story.
with the Switch is Nintendo with the Switch is a very specific thing, but I think nobody here looks at the Switch as like their primary means of gaming, right?
They really don't.
So if it was like if it was gonna really truly be taken serious as a primary means of gaming, then it would be taking the task a lot more. I'm not saying they shouldn't be taking the task, but in most cases, if you look at most analysts, they say it's an additive console.
It is, yeah. I think it's like 40%.
Yeah, it's like 40%. Yeah.
Yeah, 40% of Switch owners also own a PlayStation or an Xbox. So yeah, I mean, like if you do yourself a disservice if you're just a prime only Switch owner. Like the only thing you own is a Nintendo platform. Like, look, that's freely your choice to do that. But I feel like you're missing out on a ton of games. Like a lot of games.
Slow-mo, Danny Joe B, the live chat says Nintendo fans attack me for asking for achievements.
Oh, really?
Isn't Microsoft working on their infrastructure for them though to make an online infrastructure?
That was rumored. I don't know if that's really happening though. Like that's back like early, like maybe like a year ago. But people were saying that Xbox Live was going to be on the Switch, which I will welcome. I mean, there you go. There's a whole thing there for you.
The reason why I said that though, is because you think about it, right? Google Stadia just announced recently that they got achievement support. Still, it doesn't have nothing like that. It's like that's crazy. That's crazy.
Every platform does. Like I on Origin, EA's Origin platform on PC, it has it. Steam, everyone has it. Like why Nintendo doesn't? It's not even that hard to implement.
McDonald's.
McDonald's has a key for the Big Mac.
They probably do for a Big Mac. You never know.
It's an achievement point.
No, I mean like food places have achievements. You get like points and shit for eating food.
Papa John, you get free pizza and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody got a reward program.
I'm about to test this right now. I'm about to tweet about this and see what kind of backlash.
Oh, you're gonna feel the wrath of Nintendo faithful. How dare you, slow-mo?
I'm about to put on my fireman outfit.
That's scary, dude.
But you see what happens though, is that all that noise gets canceled out when the games are good.
That's true.
Like all that stuff.
Facts, bro.
You know what I mean?
And that's what a lot of
no
people bring up,
achievements.
Yeah.
No chat. You know what I mean?
But doesn't it kind of like
not
devalue, but doesn't it take away from the experience though? Especially when it's like a game that's heavily on communication with your teammates. There's like team-based games.
Well, yeah, I mean, like
you simply can't go, hey, Tony, he's around the corner. You can't say that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to either send a message. It's like, dog, not everybody has a keyboard and super fast typing.
Yeah, I mean, like
way of communicating. Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, we're back on the Dreamcast, like typing up, typing out messages in 2K.
Like we're typing in the actions of what to do. Like, we can't do that.
Oh my
It's
God.
like it's like 2 fingers. Oh, snap.
Oh my
so games weren't good, and Nintendo didn't have nothing to hang their hat on. All that noise would be a lot louder.
Away with
there's something to that, man. Games get you a pass sometime, man.
Games will always get you a pass. That's what I'm saying. It's always been about games. This is why Nintendo will get a pass. Fire Emblem comes out. Slow-Mo is not complaining about not having achievements in Fire Emblem.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, but he talked about that car.
I would have platinumed it by now if I did.
Y'all remember the cardboard? I mean, they got away with selling this cardboard.
Yeah, they did get away with Labo. What's it called? Labo?
Labo.
Whatever happened to that? I never heard from it again.
Last time I heard about Labo, there was going to be like a part 2 iteration to it, and I saw like a dude on a broomstick. And I was like, you had like
a Harry Potter?
Is it a wizard?
Yeah. Yeah, like a broomstick, and there was like cardboard at the end, and he was looking all serious, like he's flying. I'm like, what is this shit?
I can't, man. I hope you're kidding. Please tell me you're kidding.
I'm not even kidding. Look it up. Look up Labo 2.
Oh my God, I can't.
I'm not even joking. Look up Labo 2. You'll see it. It's like the first thing you'll see in the picture.
I want to see the asshole on the box.
Yeah, I'm I can see now. Hey, I'm playing Quidditch with my hand.
I gotta see that.
Quidditch.
Labo broom.
Yeah, all right, guys. I want to move on from the Nintendo Switch Pro. So it sounds like the consensus is. I think it sounds like most of it. Forte's playing Destiny, by the way. I believe that. I believe that. Forte, are you there? No, he's doing a raid right now. Right. So it sounds like the consensus is that we probably wouldn't really. None of us sound like we would probably upgrade to a Switch Pro, from what it sounds like.
I said I would if it met.
You would. Okay.
Level. Yeah, but I don't think it will. Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it can't. Just
they gotta sell me on it first.
Yeah, it can't just be like some minor, bump into like a little speck here and there. It's got to be like something pretty substantial.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I do want to go to the last topic of the evening: games of 2020. We talked about this a little bit earlier, about all the great games that are coming out, guys. I have been hitting the backlog hard right now because I feel like now's the time to do it. Been playing Days Gone. Been playing the Witcher 3 DLC, Heart of Stone, Batman Arkham Knight. What else have I been playing? Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think that's probably. Well, I've been playing a little bit of Rocket League with my two sons who are gaming right now. But I think that's probably it. But anyhow, just to kind of talk about 2020 and the games that are coming out right now. Guys, I saw that Final Fantasy VII. Did you guys see that leaked trailer for that Final Fantasy remake? And look, I am super hyped about Final Fantasy VII, the remake. It's one of my favorite games from the PlayStation era. I remember like playing it like back on the PlayStation days and thinking, oh my God, like imagine what this game would look like if it was like, like, I don't know, like I was always thought like what it might look like in the future, as technology got better. And that trailer leaked and I was just blown away. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's basically the intro, like when Cloud comes off the train and everything. Have you guys seen it?
In the very beginning of the game?
Yeah, very beginning.
Yeah. I haven't seen this latest leak. What I tend to do when I'm already sold and super hyped on a game, I just stop, like whatever like new things come out, I just stop. Like I don't even look at it because I don't want to.
I'm the same.
The full game, right? It's like a fraction of it, like it's cut, right? Split.
It is split. Initially, they told us it would be like more than 2 episodes, but from what I've heard, it's basically just two parts. There's going to be one part.
So is it like going to be on 2 separate discs if you buy it physically?
The actual game, I heard it's so big that it will be on multiple discs for this first part.
2 discs.
Yeah, for this first part. But this isn't the full game. Like what's coming out in March, right? Yeah, March is not like the full game. And if you play have you played Final Fantasy 7 back in the day on original PlayStation?
Nah, I'm not like really into.
Okay.
Like I never got into the game.
Yeah. But that was back on CDs, and that was on like 3 different discs. I think it was. I think it was 3 different discs, and so it's a pretty long game. And considering how like the level of visuals that we're getting now, and the fact that they're trying to flesh out other things, because initially when they were first talking about it, they say it's just you and Midgar, and that's it. And then, like, if I recall, that was like a good 15 hours of gameplay, and then you leave Midgar into the full world, and then you start traveling around and whatnot. That's really not a lot of content for a full to try to make it like the first part. Like you're paying $60 just for that. But I've heard, and I don't know for certain, so this is not a guarantee or anything, that they're adding things for you to do in Midgard that you didn't have to do before, kind of fleshing out like some of the Avalanche crew. That what's the black guy's name? I can't remember names right now. Black guy with the turret hand. No one knows this.
Is it Edgar?
Barrett? You talking about
Barrett? Barrett. I'm sorry, Barrett.
Thank you, Forte.
Thank you, Forte.
Yes, Barrett.
Barrett Wallace.
Yeah. Barrett's crew is Avalanche. That's the crew that you're in when you're Cloud. And initially, like you may speak to them like 3 or 4 times throughout their original game, but I heard they're fleshing those characters out. It's going to be a lot more, so that's actual like new content for old school Final Fantasy 7 players who love the game, which really got me excited. So, but I mean, yeah, it looks like it's going to be 2 different parts. We're going to play the first part and then play the second part or the last part maybe a couple years down the road. But regardless, I'm hyped for it.
Yeah. So when I saw that, guys, that's when my mind started like churning about the games of 2020, and I want to say so we have Final Fantasy 7 remake March. I believe Ori comes out is it February or March? I don't remember now.
It got delayed to March.
Okay, to March. So we have
it's
Ori.
like a week after Final Fantasy.
Gotcha. So we have Ori.
Before we got to here, though, I remember the controversy over. I think it was one of the characters' bra size or something like that. You remember that?
Oh yeah,
Tifa. Yeah.
They was like, they demoted or they downgraded her.
In terms of so not that big a deal.
Like, y'all really gonna pay attention to this shit when you're playing the game? Look at them now; they're not even talking about it.
Serious weirdos out there, man.
I mean, you see it on Twitter. These dudes are dedicating their lives to this anime type of shit. In terms of like these illustrations you see on your timeline.
She looks fine. She looks like
good. Yeah.
That's all that matters. She looks like the actual character that she's supposed to portray. She looks a lot like if you ever saw Final Fantasy Advent Children, which is the animated
is that like
animated movie
of Final Fantasy 7
that takes place after Final Fantasy 7, and that's she looks a lot like the artistic rendition of her in that, which I thought was like all the characters in that looked amazing. As long as they captured that look, I was going to be good.
Yeah,
that's all I care about.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. I think what else is coming out in March? I'm
about to pull it up.
Well, let me real quick. I'm just going through all the games that I'm hyped for 2020, and this is kind of like why I'm like, holy shit! Like no one's talking about all these great games that are coming out. Dying Light 2, which I can't wait for. Ghost of Tsushima. Wasteland 3.
Yes, I'm down for Wasteland.
Then we talked about the Final Fantasy remake, Marvel Avengers, Halo Infinite, Doom Eternal, Phantasy Star Online 2 is making its way to the US on the Xbox One X or Xbox One. I can't wait for that game. I played a ton of Phantasy Star on the OG Xbox. Never played on the Dreamcast, but like I said, played a lot of it on the OG Xbox.
Hey, when is that coming out again?
I think it comes out in April.
Really?
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that comes out in April.
I haven't heard anything about Phantasy Star since they showed it at E3.
Yeah, well, the beta, like the sign up for the beta was like a couple weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I want to say that it's like in April, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a
Is
bunch
that
of
available?
It's not April.
Is that available on PC? The beta?
No, not yet. No, there's no. It's going to be released. It's going to release on PC. I think later on in 2020. But
so is it
Microsoft
it's coming to Xbox? So this is actual Xbox time exclusive then.
That's the funny thing. Like it's coming to Xbox, right? But it's not going to be on like Xbox PC or Windows Store or anything like that. Not until later on in the year. PlayStation in Japan it is.
What? So
yeah.
Okay. Wait. It's on PlayStation at launch. Only in Japan.
No, it's already out.
Oh, it's already out. Okay, I got you now. Okay. All right. I was confused as hell for a second. I was like,
I'm still waiting for that House of the Dead game that they got exclusive to Japan for PlayStation. That comes to Western.
Does it have a light on with it?
Yeah, it's actually out. They got an arcade cabinet for it and everything. Look it up. It's the new House of the Dead.
Oh yeah, the House of the Dead. That's right.
Yeah. So we got
Yakuza Like a Dragon, Cyberpunk 2077,
Resident Evil 3 remake.
Go ahead, Forte. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say in March we got the One Punch Man coming at the very end of February, then Final Fantasy VII at the beginning.
Ain't nobody checking for One Punch Man game.
Then it goes straight into MLB 20 comes out on the 13th. Baby. Hey, I want One Punch Man. I want that.
All right, you can be only one, but good. I'm happy for you.
20th on March 13th. Neo 2 on the 13th, same day as MLB.
Who's getting that?
Dark Side of Genesis.
Doom Eternal comes out a week later on March 20th. Then we have Persona 5, the Royale edition comes out at the end of March.
Ooh, that's right. Dude, March is stacked.
And then Persona 3 comes out. I mean, Persona 3. Resident Evil 3 remake comes out at the very beginning of April.
Yeah, that.
Hey, we also got Psychonauts 2.
Literally a week later.
Oh my gosh!
We also have Psychonauts 2 if anyone's interested in Double Fines.
Yeah.
And the sad part is you got new hardware too as well. Like I'm telling you, 2020, like your wallet is melted at this point.
You know what you should do? Go out.
May is Marvel Avengers, and then 4 days later, Wasteland 3, and then 14 days later, The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's be honest here. Like, come March, are we just taking our wallets out and just setting them on fire? Is that what's going to happen?
No, you're going to go on the corner and hook real well to get all that money.
Boo! What's going on, man?
Yeah, guys, I jumped in a little bit late because the missus was up. So she
no, dude.
I said, let me jump on and talk with us, these fine gentlemen. Yeah, here.
What up, dude?
Well, Big Cloud's here. I don't know about fine. I'm just kidding, Big Cloud. I had to throw a little shade at you, man.
Oh man, yeah, boom. We just talking about all the fire games that's coming out in the first half of 2020. Yeah, boom.
There he is. He's back.
Yeah, might be.
Yeah, I said we were just talking about all the fire games coming out in the first half of this year.
You know what? I mean, I gotta say, I think we've all said this before, and I know I've been guilty of saying it, that you start out a year and you're like, my God, year X was the greatest year in the history of gaming. But then you look at 2020 and wow, I mean, it is going to be a very expensive year. Like this is going to be a year. I mean, unless you're very lucky enough to have like a significant amount of spendable money. I really think that people are going to have to really make some choices. Like there are going to be some games. All I can say is this. Thank God for Game Pass, because I mean, like all jokes aside, I mean,
you're right.
And then Microsoft is going to be we're going to be getting 12 games from them this year. Okay, they're going to go from single A to triple A, but if you don't have Game Pass, that is $400, $500, $600 if you want all the games, and you don't have to pay for that. They're going right into Game Pass. So what you have to, And the Nintendo's we don't know really, we really don't know what Nintendo's doing this year. But the third party, my goodness, man, there is. I mean, like for instance, I'm going to E3 this year. I originally wasn't going to go, and then my Mrs. Boomstick kind of like was like, she kind of talked me into doing it because she knows it's big for the channel. So with me going to E3, obviously the past year, there were some games that I didn't pick up until the end of the year, until they were on sale, because you can't buy everything.
Right.
And the that boom time.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, when you have time,
time, because so much they're coming out within weeks of one another, sometimes less than a week than one another. It's just you don't have the time to finish one game before you're rolling into the next one.
Disappear for YouTube for some of these damn releases. Like for example, Resident Evil 3, I'm not uploading shit.
I just want to say for the month of March that Brat may be missing. We may be missing our Wednesday night podcast. Seriously,
but it's like,
I got to take a personal day for some of these games.
Yeah, but it's like what Boom was saying. Like, you have to make some serious decisions about what you're going to invest in and have time to play. That's right. Investment and financial investment. Because I'm looking at it like, holy, you look at 2019, it was considered one of the weaker years of gaming, right?
That crazy.
And I still had a hard time fitting in everything that I wanted to play.
Yeah, and Boom's right about Game Pass saving us some money. Like if you're interested in Wasteland 3, you're not gonna have to spend that money in May when you were already trying to spend money on The Last of Us 2 and Marvel.
Same for Ori. Yeah,
Ori in March, where you want to get Final Fantasy 7 remake, but then there's also Ori, then there's also all this. Like you're saving some money there, but there's no way to save time. That time is investment is what it is. You're going to have to really start making choices like, what do I want to play more, and where am I going to play, hopefully finish this and then be able to play this other game that came out that I want to play, but not as much as that other game before the next game comes out. And it's just like, yo, what?
There's just one of the worst years to have that problem.
It's almost
because we got new consoles
like
coming out.
Reviewer.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, isn't it like just like being a reviewer? Like obviously, most of us on this panel support multiple consoles, right? So I think all of us are going to want to play Last of Us 2, Ori. I think everyone. Can't speak for everyone. I know that me and BitCloud have Resident Evil 3 checked off as possibly our game of the year in 2020.
I do
because it's it's Resident Evil 3.
I got that lined up.
I mean, dude, I got the collector's edition already paid for. Like, I'm not messing around. I bought the second, RE2 collector's edition. It's right above my head. It's amazing, and I cannot wait for that. But
what you gonna do though when we see that Dino Crisis collection?
Oh, don't say that, man. No, that's another. Don't say that.
Go. What you gonna do when we see that? See, we talked about this a long. It's crazy, like how it actually started to happen after we were like breaking it down, and now we're here. Is like dudes like, oh, you guys are putting a little too much faith. Remember that Boom? You guys put a little too much faith into this game. I'm like, dog, just look at the signs. This is a new Capcom. We're getting classic remastered. Yeah.
How's the video game awards going to look this year? It's going to be a lot of angry.
Well, first of all, it won't be one-sided looking like it did this year. Like for example, Nintendo had a whole category, literally neither one. It's like it's all their first party. It's like either games, like just toss it up and bam, they got an award. So it's not going to be like that. It's going to be legit competition. And last time I checked, in terms of exclusives, right? We know Sony has 4 dropping this year. Is it 4 or 2?
Ghost, Last of Us,
Dreams, and what was the other one?
Final Fantasy is technically exclusive.
I wouldn't really count that because that's time. That's more third party. I don't want to count that. But I mean,
as far as first party goes, they got 3.
Yeah, so 3 out of there. Then you got for a fact you got big bangers like Cyberpunk. You got Resident Evil 3. What else?
So when does Cyberpunk come out again? Comes out in May, right?
May.
No,
April.
Okay,
April.
So in my mind, I think Slow-Mo, you said that Persona 5 Casino Royale comes out in March, right?
March 31st.
So in my mind, I'm
skipping that one because I already played it, and for what they said they're offering, I don't think it's worth it to spend $60 on that if you've already played Persona 5.
Okay, that might be a pass for me.
Iron Man VR. That's right. That was the other one.
Another one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you can say that's their fourth exclusive right there. Iron Man VR. Oh crap! Alex, Half-Life, not Half.
Alex. Half-Life Alex.
Yeah, Half-Life Alex comes out the first half of this year too.
That's the other VR game, right?
VR that's gonna. I mean, it's
thank God I don't have VR.
$1,000 VR.
I got Oculus. Haven't even fired it up yet.
that's going to be the first game that's really going to push
the VR. Yeah, because it's the first big AAA banger that's exclusive to VR, made explicitly for VR, designed around VR.
Hey, boom. We need to get that Avengers game and link it up on PlayStation.
What the Marvel's Avengers?
Yeah,
Marvel. Well, it's gonna have cross play, I think.
We need to link up. We need to get that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, listen, that's gonna be. I know a lot of people are not really feeling it because they just haven't shown it that well.
Yeah.
I love the side by side like gameplay thing. Like it cuts to another part and you see another Avenger fight. And like the Captain America, I think they nailed Captain America.
Looks fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, I think
really that's the first time I've heard that. I mean, I know people
you didn't like the combat. I thought it was good.
So I thought the combat looked good. I just know I hear so many people complaining about how the characters look.
Yeah, they definitely borrowed elements, I would say, from the movies, right? When it comes to the fighting style of Captain America, like he's more like combat, like more tactical in the way he's going about his abilities. Like, you know, he's not just throwing the shield and it's like magically coming back. No, he's being real like tactical about it. I like that.
And that's
I'm hyped for the Avengers, but I don't have concerns. I don't like the way they marketed it. Like I think Square just made every mistake in the book when it comes to marketing this game.
Well, you mentioned a vital point here too, though. Remember, this is more characters are going to be added to it. So Black Panther can be added, Doctor Strange can be added.
See, they didn't actually show. So like Miss Marvel is actually like the main character, but they haven't shown her at very little at all. Like they showed the game, didn't show her at all.
Man. Everybody sees Captain America and Iron Man. They immediately think it's one of them two as leader.
But you don't want to give people this feeling like it's the okie doke. Like I'm thinking, I'm gonna be playing as all the Avengers that I know, and then I'm playing primarily in the game as Kamala Khan, which I actually think Kamala Khan's a great character. I enjoy
a fantastic character,
in the comics. But for a lot of
that is the okie doke slow mo.
No one who is it is like no one who's not a comics fan knows who Kamala Khan is, and so that could be like I can see a lot of people like, I wasn't expecting this. I don't like it, and so it's just like I think they should have showed her more initially, and then I also don't kind of like how all they've shown is that first tutorial initial mission and nothing else. So it's just like that so-so gameplay that some people don't like, and not realizing like you grow as a character and start being able to do more things in combat. Like you don't see any of that. So it's just all you see is like basically what you would see in a basic tutorial level, which isn't going to be, they're not going to be throwing everything at you like do this complex ass combo real quick enough. And no, it's just going to be very basic stuff. So I just don't think they showed it very well. I think it could be a really good game that just
I don't think it's shown well either.
I will say that they nailed again, like certain characters have been nailed. Like I like what they did with the Hulk. I think I like that style of the Hulk. Yeah, I think he's perfect. Yeah. Captain America, I like the Captain America. Iron Man, I was a little because of voice acting, because I'm so used to Robert Downey Jr. But
isn't that Nolan? What's his face?
Nolan North.
Is Nolan North? He's playing his. But I was like, he's not a Robert, but hell, it's Nolan. Nolan's not known for failing in a voice role. The dude is good.
He's done great. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. Did you see the fight between Black Widow and
Taskmaster?
Taskmaster. Did you like that?
I thought it was good. I like what they did, like how it fluid it was, like the sequence, her dodging and switch to the guns, and of course doing her invisibility, her cloaking ability, which ironically never made it to the movies, but I thought it was good. I like that. I thought it was good. They even did the batons right with the the stun batons. They did those right. So they nailed her combat. She's fast. She's on point. Again, just the other characters, what they'll add later that you got to ask yourself too, like who could they possibly add? That's gonna change the tone even more for the game. Are they going to add Doctor Strange? Are they going to just go and add all the characters that we know about in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And granted, that can be a good thing, but a bad thing, because we saw that for the Marvel's versus Capcom Infinite, and that was terrible because they literally just copied the plot from the movie and didn't even properly execute it with the whole, what was his name, Ultron Sigma, like him having the Infinity Stones or whatnot.
Yeah,
like, I was not feeling that. So again, it can work. At the same time, it could not work. But who's going to be the main villain in this? Is it going to be Thanos? Is it going to be?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna. Yeah, it's probably going to be a more Earth based,
like
maybe Red Skull, maybe Doctor Doom.
I
maybe
could see
Red
Doctor
Skull.
Doom. Yeah,
because Doctor Doom, more than likely, from what we heard, I remember we talked about this. Boom. Doctor Doom could be the new catalyst for the new Marvel movies that we're going to get.
That's true.
The new main villain for the new phase.
The true face of evil. Because remember, Doctor Doom in comics is far more powerful and is far more sinister than when you saw in that garbage Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
He is far more sinister. I mean, the dude was wearing what was it, a cloak made out of the flesh of his wife.
Yeah,
he held both the Infinity Gauntlets at one point in two different universes.
Did he rip Thanos' like head from his spine or something? He did something
crazy.
He
sure did.
That. And literally paraded around and put it on a throne. I mean, the dude literally is like the epitome of just a badass when it came to a villain. And
that's what the people are suggesting, that this whole new Marvel phase 4, 5, and 6 are going to end up in Secret Wars Battle World.
Yeah,
where God Doom is essentially the main villain, but I think they're going to do it from from two. It's going to be like from both space. I think that's where you get Galactus, and I think the Earthbound
Galactus.
one. The Earthbound one is going to be Doctor Doom. I think that's what you're going to get.
I want real Galactus, and that's
I don't want Cloud Galactus.
We don't need no
you don't want Shadow of Galactus.
I don't want Shadow of Galactus. I want a real Galactus, a proper Galactus, not like that.
It felt like that
terrible,
concept was
man.
inspired by. You remember Ultron from Transformers with the teeth, like the little,
with the
claws?
teeth.
And you noticed it did that, like the little shadow, like the little tornado.
Was that
whatever
Unicron?
No,
am I making
Unicron.
Yeah,
Unicron.
And Unicron's way better than that.
Unicron was better.
Galactus. Yeah.
Unicron's legit a god. But of course, that was another thing that people were talking about for Michael Bay. And let's be realistic, we didn't need to see that, the way he did to the Transformers license.
No.
He did them dirty.
That dude killed Sentinel Prime. He killed basically your childhood, like slowly but surely.
He slowly did.
With every single character that he introduced. Ironhide, I was like, damn, they got the badass Ironhide in here. What happened? Ironhide gets killed in front of us in the most anticlimactic way. Period. It's like
I am going to say,
voice actor said, "I quit." So he's like, okay, he's dead. So
I am going to say that, we've gone totally off the rails with this topic, but I will say that if you want to see a great movie, a great Transformers, see Bumblebee. It's on Netflix.
It's great.
It is great.
I
did watch
absolutely.
that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Starscream in it.
So good.
So the designs and everything are so classic.
It is Gen 1. If you were a fan of Generation 1, and then the secret ending, it's like, oh shit, because they're making a second one. They are going to make another one, and it's going to be based on old Generation 1. No more Michael Bay stupidity, and so
no big explosions.
Get him away from Turtles too, man.
Solar flares all over the place.
Solar flares.
Crazy how we got Bumblebee, but we never got Hotshot.
Yeah,
Hotshot was that dude, man.
Hotshot was the GOAT. I'm like, yo, we ain't got
Hotshot. Hot Rod. You mean Hot Rod?
Hot Rod.
I thought it was Hotshot.
No, it was Hot Rod.
It was Hot Rod.
And then it became Rodimus Prime.
Yes,
which is crazy because my son, my 6-year-old or my 5-year-old, I still have my Rodimus Prime. He plays with it. It's crazy.
That's crazy dope.
And he has no idea like what he's playing with. I'm like, do you have any idea what that is? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what it is, Daddy. It's cool.
I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's mine.
Yeah.
I don't know whose bright idea was to turn Galvatron into a screensaver in terms of transformation, but that was just terrible. They killed Galvatron.
Oh, Galvatron, yeah.
Yeah, they gotta run that back, man, and put some respect on Megatron, man.
They ain't gonna do it, man.
I didn't like that Megatron.
They had Megatron with fleas on him in the desert.
Yeah, what was that?
No, those were fleas. Those were medical. Those were medical droids. They were like the tank where he said
fleas.
Oh my god. They were pulling fleas out of his
a dirty poncho and.
Oh man,
I didn't care for Starscream.
Like I find it serious.
They made him look homeless.
Galvatron's supposed to be sinister. Remember, Galvatron's supposed to look more sinister.
Galvatron was very sinister, but he did not look.
And the sad part is his new design, right? That new futuristic look that they did where he turns to the screensaver looks nothing like it doesn't look sinister like that alien tech look that he had for the original design where he just Megatron. And I'm like, at this point, you're just basically selling toys because he looks like a toy. Yeah. So I don't know. They screwed up so many damn characters.
Well, I want to say before we close out this topic, there are some really cool indie, not really indie, but some games that aren't as popular as some of the bigger games that are also coming out this year or rumored to. Lost Soul Aside, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Babylon's Fall.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and I'm also interested in Godfall because Godfall is looter, and
it's a looter shooter. You know what it is?
Yeah.
I mean,
looter slasher.
People don't sleep on Tales of Arise, man.
Oh, did you see the gameplay that I showed you about it? Boom.
What Godfall? Godfall looks fantastic, dude.
It looks good. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a lot. Granted, it wasn't a lot. It was like 7 seconds of gameplay. But here's the thing: it was something. You got something.
Yeah,
it did look good. B, you said something. I couldn't hear you. B?
Boom. He's not here.
Did we lose B?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh, I thought you said
I said don't sleep on Tales of Arise.
Oh yeah, Tales of Arise. I keep forgetting that's also coming.
Oh, that's right. That's coming out. That's Bandai Namco, right?
Yeah. Yo, I just can't, man. Like,
that's too many games. I'm gonna be broke this year.
There really is not enough. I mean, even if you had the money, I think you're right. There's just not enough time.
There's just not enough time. Some games are going on the backlog, and I'm gonna be just like feeling shamed as every time I pull up, and I'm like, oh yeah, that one. I need to.
Unless these games are getting like a patch for the next gen consoles. Honestly, you can postpone buying the consoles day one and just enjoy the games first, and then. You know what I'm saying? Buy the consoles later if you need to.
That's the funny thing. Maybe it's a tick. Maybe because I've been gaming. So I have never missed a day one console launch in the history of my life.
Yeah, I have not either.
I haven't either, man. That's.
I mean, I've been gaming since '78, dude. Even when I was delivering daily news and penny savers on my bike to make sure that I can get a system, dude. I figured out a way. I have never missed it. I could not, in good conscience, miss a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series. I couldn't do it to myself.
I'll tell you what. This is the new generation coming where you actually can. I don't really think there is much of an argument to not upgrade to next gen.
Great, dude. These systems are going right out the door.
Because they're both going to be backwards compatible. They're both
true, but the thing is too that
you can just play everything.
Yeah, the one thing that I was thinking about though was the enhancement. Remember how I kept talking about enhancement titles for either side? I'm wondering, are these games that we're gonna get now gonna be enhanced?
I think they are. Yeah, I mean, like,
that's why they probably have patches.
They probably will. We saw at the beginning of this generation.
We saw it with PS4 Pro and especially Xbox One X, where it comes when the developer can actually get it done. Like, you're not going to get it like as soon as they launch. Oh, I'm playing God of War enhanced. Nah, it's going to take a couple of months for that.
I know we talked about Call of Duty and how they they destroyed the industry with microtransactions, but dog, when GTA 6 gets here, it's going to be another level. They put $500 million into GTA 5. Guarantee you $1 billion is going to go into GTA 6, and that whole shark card system is going to be retarded in the next online edition. Watch it be retarded, because they're going to go all out. I guarantee you heists are not going to be there day one again. It's going to be a year later. It's going to be, they're treating heist like a separate game. I noticed that. Like it's treated like a separate game.
And they can spend $1 billion on it, and they'll make back.
They'll make like 7.
They'll make it all back.
That's literally how much they made. You think about it with GTA 5 by itself. Not only are they always in the top 10, right? The game is always in top 10, but shark cards, if you go, whether you go to like the PlayStation Store or Xbox Live, you see it as like one of the top currency, like in-game currencies sold. It's always there. Dudes be buying the $100 shark card. So it ain't hard to piece that together, that they're clearly, bringing in money here.
Yeah. Yep.
Vices, since both consoles are backwards compatible, everybody save up your coins and clean up on Black Friday, man. Every time something goes on sale, just check off one of the games off your list that you passed.
I gotta call out Boom though. I remember I put out that screenshot. Boom's like, I don't know, Ryan. I'm not. It's like a street sweeper.
I gotta tell you, I got a ton of gift cards. I say this almost like in the last 3 or 4 shows. And folks, if you got gift cards for the holidays, just tuck those things away, man. You don't need old games right now. Your backlog is ridiculous as it is. Like I went and bought 6 games for myself. GameStop had buy 2 get 1 free. So I got 6 games, and they were like $24 a piece. I wound up getting Control for free as one of the free games, and I got a Plague Tale for free. And the other 4 games were like, let's see, what other 4 games were? Borderlands 3, which I never got. I don't remember. The Mortal Kombat 11 I bought. I never played. I sold and got it again.
I want for Spawn. That's wait for Spawn.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had bought the collector's edition, so I had all of them. I had them, I had the collector's edition, which was not really worth $300, but we don't want to talk about that. But yeah, I have not spent a dime and I have a significant amount. I have almost both the PS5, even if I priced them both at $500. That's what I'm saving for $500. And if the PS4 is $400, that's fantastic. It's $100 difference, and I can use that towards games. But I have almost both consoles already paid for, like put away money, put away. Nice. Yeah, I'm not. Because I knew I wanted to go to E3, and you gotta come time. Sometimes you gotta just cut a couple of corners here and there to make sure things happen. I'm not missing these launches, and with, like I said, Game Pass, we don't have to buy games. With the PS5, I'm gonna at least want to bring home 3 games. Hopefully, they're all first party, second party, or third party stuff that's on that console, because you want to see what that console could do day one. I think we got Godfall for sure. That's going to be a launch title. That's already confirmed. And I'm still holding out. I know Ryan's going to smile when I say this. My God, please release a Resistance remake or something.
Resistance. Man. It's either that or it's going to be, or they're just teasing Legacy backwards compat. But either way, just give me the damn game.
You know what I've heard? I mean, again, this is, I think I've talked about this. Ryan, I think you've been on a few shows that we talked about this. Blue Point is working on 2 games, one of which I guarantee is Demon Soul. It's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I didn't know they were working on 2 games. I know. They've been pinning really hard on Demon Soul.
Yeah, it was a surprise game. Everybody broke down, and
the second one, I don't have any authority here, but I think what we've heard and what I've heard, I go to 4chan, I go to Reset Era, I go to all the different things to try and dig up the information. A Metal Gear Solid reboot, is what I'm hearing.
Wow, really?
Here's the thing, though. How do you do that? So just a reboot, like redone?
It's like Resident Evil 2.
But how?
You mean like a remake, like remade it?
So you mean Konami is just doing that?
No. Konami is Sony went to Konami. This is what I've heard. Sony went to Konami to ask them permission to do Metal Gear Solid.
And then they had Blue Point do it.
Yeah.
Blue Point is going to do the remake in the same vein as Resident Evil 2, as Capcom did with RE2.
Wow.
As a launch title for the PS5. That'd be ridiculous.
That would be crazy.
Because I just remember, the hype for Metal Gear Solid 4. People bought a PS3 just for Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yes, they did. That? Yes, they did. Well, it wasn't me. I was buying it for everything else. But
but people bought it for Metal Gear Solid 4. And again, that is a.
I mean, can you imagine Metal Gear Solid from the PlayStation remade? I mean, that's just.
That's in crazy. The same vein of like I said, could you just imagine that story, those characters, that game, in the same
Bro,
vein as what you saw with Resident Evil 2. Come on, dude, that's going to sell millions of copies.
Yeah, that's going to be ridiculous.
Dude, so is what's name going to come back to voice Snape?
I don't know, man. I mean, it would be great, obviously, but
is he coming back? I know he's been bitter. I've been noticing that he's been bitter because I remember they teased Snape.
If they were getting that going, I would almost guarantee that they get him back. If they got that going to do fanfare,
I think he would do it, but at the same time, he's been bitter because I remember, like it was at the Tekken tournament, they were showing off like a Metal Gear Solid style like introduction, and a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, is Snake going to be added to Tekken 7?" And he actually went on Twitter and got pissed. He was like, "I would appreciate you guys not use my voice for something stupid like this." Appreciate he was like really going on. So again, he is very bitter when it comes to stuff, especially that character.
Yeah.
And granted, he's played that character. It's kind of like Hugh Jackman when you play Wolverine. Right, it's been a part of you for so long. So you technically have a lot of respect for the role, and you don't like to be like people to be misled that you're doing something when you're not.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I don't know if he'll do it, but that would be interesting.
Born Distracted live chat says I should voice Snake. Oh, nah, like.
I remember, guys. I got to drop, guys. I'll catch you guys later though.
Alrighty, man.
You can get away with voicing Snake.
No, I can't do that, man. Maybe Geralt.
At this point, you could have Troy Baker voice Snake.
Where's Roach? Yeah. Yeah. But guys, I actually, on that note, as Eric is leaving, I do need to go to myself too. I got to get up early in the morning. So I need to wrap up.
We ain't get to my topic.
I know. You know what we did, Slow-Mo? We did. I'm sorry, man. We'll have to get back to your topic next week, man. But just want to give a big shout out to everyone in the live chat, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening, the first BRAP of 2020. So thank you again, everyone. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit that bell notification, and want to get to the outros here. Want to go to Mr. Boomstick XL Boom, who joined us towards the latter part of the podcast. Sir, I will see you at E3. I'm looking forward to it, man.
This is excellent news. I'm very excited. Everyone that's going to be in the compound is all good peoples. Mads Gaming is going to be there. Ainsley from Seasoned Gaming and his co-founder is going to be there as well. I met them last year at E3. Obviously, all of the Iron Lord. It's going to be it. Let me tell you something. It is. I'm gonna tell you this. I am. Yeah. Well, I'm already starting to train for that because there's a lot of walking. No, dude, I'm serious. I trained last year for it, and I'm glad I did because the amount of walking that you do is absurd. The amount of standing that you do is absurd, and you are dead by the end of the evening, but still have to find a way to put all your content up there. I mean, in 5 days, I think 43 pieces of content up. It was maddening. Wow. It was exhausting. It was fun.
Wow.
But I'm gonna start training now to make sure that I'm in because obviously with my back, it's not the same. Plus I'm getting old. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be 50 this year, for Christ's sake.
50 years young, man.
Yes, absolutely. But listen, again, it was great to jump on with you guys. I'm sorry if I kind of dropped an anchor because I know Sloan didn't get a chance to get to his topic, which is terrible. I hope I wasn't responsible.
No, man, it's all good.
Problem, dude.
Listen, tomorrow's Xbox Factor podcast is going to be hot because not only are we going to have the Welsh Gamer and Zemi on as our, they're our regular panel members and co-hosts. We're going to have Mads Gaming on to talk numbers about the Xbox Series X versus the PlayStation 5. I wrote a couple of original topics, so tune in tomorrow at noon. And if you're hearing me for the first time, check out Double Barrel Gaming. We just broke 3,300 subs, which is fantastic. And the goal for 2020 is to hit 5,000.
Awesome, man. Yeah, everyone. It for those of you, and I would be surprised if anyone in the live chat hasn't checked out your channel. Please check out Double Barrel Gaming, and if you can, check out the podcast tomorrow. So, boom, man, thank you again. Oh, let everyone know where they can find you on Twitter, too, man.
Oh, yeah, at Mr. Boomstick XL. DMs are open. I talk with everyone.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, man, we thank you again, man. We appreciate you, coming out and hanging out with us for a little bit this evening, man. So thank you again. Looking forward to E3, man. Definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. So, On that note, BitCloud, let everyone know where they can find you, man. And hand Slow-Mo and L before we leave.
I meant deceased. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. First Brap Show 2020 was definitely a good time. Appreciate the invites. You guys can find me on Twitter at BitCloud Gaming, same as YouTube. And you'll find me occasionally on the Scumcast. And of course, you can find me on the Gamer Couch. But tomorrow is Friday, if I remember correctly. And it's Thursday. It's Thursday. Well, on Friday, I'll be live on the channel for the RGT podcast, and also I'll be up early in the wee hours with Mr. Boom here for the for the Breakfast with Boom podcast. So
not this Friday.
Oh, yeah, you did say it. You did say it's over, but that's usually where you find me. And of course, I do the Salty's Gaming podcast with Salty as well. So I'm all over the place, but you guys can find me.
You are definitely a busy man.
Yeah, you are a busy
dude. And when do I have time? It's crazy, I still find time to game. That's the crazy part.
Nice,
but
man.
Do appreciate everybody, and definitely looking forward to 2020. The channel is about almost at 6,000, subscribers. We're definitely
awesome, dude.
on the clips there, so we're getting there. But I see a lot of big things for 2020. Can't wait to have this interview with Mr. Gio Corsi from Sony Computer Entertainment. So it's a lot to look forward to. So if you guys are interested, definitely go check out the channel there. I guarantee you would not be disappointed. But
Awesome,
with that
man.
being said, I'm going to close out.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you again. And B Money, let everyone know where they can find you, man.
Man, you can find me here every Wednesday night. You can find me on all your local gaming consoles, and I'm on Twitter, man. Same name, B Money 101.
Awesome.
Everybody coming through. Had a great show. First one of the new year. So looking forward to the rest of the year, man. It's going to be an exciting year. Lots of great games, new consoles. You know what I mean? It's E3 is going to be amazing this year. I'll see you boys out there, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Definitely looking forward to it. Gaming Forte, who's probably playing Destiny right now.
I'm sure he is.
Sure am.
Yep, there he is. Yep.
Sure am. Playing Destiny. Never stop playing Destiny, man.
You got Luigi in a booster seat sitting right next to him playing.
It's like that?
No, wow.
Man, I'd always be tweeting with some Luigi. This man was dressed up in a damn Mario suit. Like, hey, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Nah. But no, like you said, great show as always. Gaming for where YouTube, Twitter, all those good places. Playing Destiny right now because I'm trying to get footage for this new sidearm that just released in the game so I can do a review on it.
Nice, man. I'll definitely go out for
that.
that
As you can
video,
see,
man.
I did do a video. So, and that's another thing. I come to the realization that I'm just gonna, I can't just sit back and just try to do something. Just got to do something. So, I decided I'm just going to start making videos on stuff that I care about versus what everybody wants you to make a video about.
That's what you should have been doing from the start, man.
By any chance, Forte?
You said what?
You going to E3?
Yeah. Speaking of which, yeah, I will be at E3 in the compound. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be walking around the camera because I'm going to be a fanboy the whole time I'm there. I get a chance to see Enrique, get to see Boom, get to see the Iron Lords, get to see Mad. We all up in the compound. It's going to be a blast. A lot of drinking, a lot of cussing, and a lot of tired legs are going to be after this whole thing is over. So I'm excited, man. I can't wait, man. It's going to be. There's only one good thing about doing things like going to E3 is hanging out with the people that you consider friends, and every last one of those guys, plus the people in here, I consider that way too.
No doubt, man. No doubt. And last but not least, Mr. Slow-Mo, L-Slap. What's going? Let everyone know where they can find you, man.
Well, Enrique. You can find me. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Slow-Mo Backslap. I've had probably been coming out with a consistent clip of videos recently, probably about 2 or 3 in the past week. I should have a couple more coming out before the week is up. You can also catch me, same name, on Twitter. And yeah, good show, guys.
I like that flat Earth story that you did on your channel. That was awesome.
Yeah, that definitely didn't happen.
That's hilarious.
Flat Earth theory.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. All right. My god, why I think that's so funny, but it is. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to our special guests again, Boom and Big Cloud. We'll catch you guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, everyone have a great rest of the week. Enjoy your time gaming. We'll see you next week. Peace.
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 Care, everybody.